And here we go. Here we are again for another S Bach chorale harmonization harmonic analysis. We're on number 9, which is called
Ermuntre dich, mein schwacher Geist.
Now, I find that doing this thing takes me an inordinate amount of time to edit. Okay, so I'm gonna do away with the edit. So I give you a warning. That could be me in the video scratching my nose, scratching my head. That could be my dog snoring, ice cream trucks passing by. I don't want to spend 1.5 hours editing them out. So anyway, I'm doing this just for me. This is one way that I have not to mess my chorale book in pencil. And yeah, well, I also remind that I'm using a slightly modified version of the simple Roman. But guys, once you know the harmony, once you know what harmony does, you can use any system of labeling chords. Enough talking, on to the work. So let's see. First phrase. Let's make that bigger, and there you go. G major, first phrase. Straight on to the dominant. So harmonize becomes okay. Yeah, and that could be me going slow reading because my reading isn't great, so I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm gonna play it again. Lovely. Analysis. Okay, key of G major. I have, that's 1. Let me make that a bit smaller. That's a little bit thin. Okay, that's a passing 7. That's a passing note. It's the 7th in the bass. Will I label 7D at that point? No. Something interesting immediately. This is chord 6. Blatant. The tenor goes up to C. The tenor goes up to C, making that chord 4 for the second quaver of that beat, making that chord 4. Making that chord 4 in first inversion. That's nice because that C then, that C note becomes the 7th of chord 5. That becomes the 7th of chord 5. Look what it does. Look what it does. Instead of resolving, dropping a half a tone right away, it just climbs up to the D. Climbs up to the D and then resolves at that point. I think that's nice. Da, 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 da. So you see, it just delays the resolution. It has the look of a changing note, but it's not a changing note. It's nice. So I have 5, 7. That 7 just reaches up a little bit. It's just this elastic bend. pull him a little bit more, and then it snaps back, resolving. So the 7th resolves here, resolves on the B, right there on the 3rd of chord 1. That's very nice, I think. Da, 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 da. That's the tenor. Okay, there we go. So will I label this chord 4? I will. I'll do it here. Chord 4 in first inversion. Chord 4 in first inversion. And okay, the harmony police, because there are 2/3, including one in the bass on the primary triad. The harmony police would be going, but everything is redeemed by contrary motion. So it's fine. It's fine, lads. It's fine. See, that goes up, that goes down, and everything is nice and dandy. Okay. Ooh, I messed up my chord 4. And I messed up a few chords. A few more chords. There you go. Let's fix them. Chord. I said chord 6. That's chord 6, and that's chord 4B in the second quaver. Then I have chord 5, 7. The 7 climbs up to the D and then drops down here. So that's chord 1. Okay. Nice. What happens here? This is chord 2 chromatic with the 7th in the bass. Okay, this G is still sounding here. That G is still sounding right there. So I have an A 7th chord in third inversion with the 7th in the bass. Right here. A 2 chromatic 7D. Function as 5 of 5. 5 of 5. 5, 7 of 5. Does it work as such? Yes, because this is chord 5 again. In first inversion, that's a D major. A D chord. Yeah. Okay, what happens here? That's just a passing note again. Yeah. Then what else? Okay. Oh, what is that? A, E, D, F. What's happening right there? Okay. That's yeah, that's okay. Now here I have a D. Here I have a D chord. Add the D, sharpen the A on the second quaver. Here, okay. Now that first quaver of that beat sounds like a chord 2 with that appoggiatura, prepared appoggiatura, because that D in the soprano comes from the previous chord. 2, so I would say this is 2 with a 4th. That's just that. But surprise, before that 4th, the 11th, if you want, it's an 11th from the bass. Before that 11th has a chance to resolve, this note in the alto has cancelled that dissonance, because now it's all consonant. Now it's a D major chord. So that F sharp stepwise, it looks like a passing note. It's not really passing note because it's a harmony note. So it doesn't pass between two harmony notes, being a non that's a harmony note. And now on the second beat, that appoggiatura in the soprano resolves. So that's cool. So I'm gonna call that 2. I'm gonna say that that's a 4th, and that's that. Okay. So that's a 2 with a 4, which becomes 2 chromatic, and that's where that resolved to 3. There's also a 7 here in the alto. However, well, let me make that 2 chromatic a little bit prettier. There you go. 2 chromatic. 7, 3. The 3 resolves from the 4 here. Oh, let's rewrite 4. Okay. However, in the second quiver of this beat, that's chord 5 in second inversion. That's chord 5 in second inversion. Okay. And then everything cadences on chord 5. Grand. So this starts in the tonic region and migrates into the dominant region. Next phrase. Okay, anything else strange? Oh yeah, well, okay, the function of that, 5 of 5, and in fact, it goes to 5. Okay. Of course, very diatonic melody. Okay, the C sharp is cancelled. Let's see what it does with that. Okay, can I play the... There is a C there, it's either held or up an octave. I'll go up an octave. Okay, that's another lovely cadence, another one of those textbook cadences to copy out, sing all the parts, transpose in a few keys, and just get them into your vocabulary. Let me play it again. So, harmonized. Analysis. Kowalski, analysis. Let's see. Okay, I have a B. That's 3 chromatic. 3 chromatic. First invert. 3 chromatic 7. Okay, that's 7. I will label. That's it. 7. 3 chromatic 7, 3 chromatic functioning 5 of 6. 5 or 6. The go to 6, and oh la la, it goes to 4, as you can see. So we have a deceptive cadence type of movement in the relative minor. You're expecting 6, but you're getting 6 of 6, which is the chord of C major. E minor, 6 of E minor is C major. So you're getting a deceptive, avoided cadence type of harmonic movement in the relative minor. So 5 of 6, but instead it goes to 4. It goes to 4, so that's 4, which functions as 6 of 6 then. 6 of 6. Okay, a couple of nice things happening there. That movement between bass and tenor. Okay, let me play that again. I think I missed the bass at some stage. Yeah. So does that second quiver give me a harmony? Does. So I have that. I have that. It does. That's chord 7/7, because I have F sharp, A, C, E. That's chord 7/7. F sharp minor 7 flat 5 in jazz terms. It's simply chord 7 with a diatonic 7, functioning as the dominant, rootless dominant, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah. So I'm labeling this as 7/7. Simple as that. Okay, let me parenthesis there. 7/7. The function is 5. That's the 5. A D9 chord, a D dominant 9 chord without the root. So I'll just put down a function as 5. I have no room, I'll put it here. 5, will it give you 9? Yeah, why not? That's the function. Okay, going to 1. Where to next? Going to 1. Okay, that second quiver. Lovely C major 7 chord with no fifth. Nobody cares about the fifth. It's one of the first things that can go if we need to sacrifice a voice. Okay, so that's chord 4/7. Just 7. It's diatonic, it's a major 7. Chord 4/7. Or 7. Okay, then let me try and keep the octave, the lower octave. Yeah, I suppose it's two different registers depending on the scale of the bass. Okay. As the tenor, as the bass. Yeah, because then the bass would have to go down there. Ah, that's low, man. That's low. Okay. Anyway, 4, sorry, 4, 7, C major 7. Now that major 7, the major 7 drops. That's the major 7 of C major 7, and it drops nicely to A, right there. Okay. Now let's see. That's so 5, chord 5. Chord 5, 7, with the 7th in the bass, so in third inversion, lowercase d, to indicate a third inversion. Now let me see if those stepwise notes in the bass create some other harmonies. I have that. Well, you see that B now creates chord 3, 7. Okay, then that's chord 1 with an appoggiatura, an accented passing note, really. An accented passing note in the bass, and then it resolves there. So that's so let's see. I have chord 1 right here. I want to label this. I mean, it's non-functional, really. It's not. It's a passing chord, really. It's not even a passing chord. It's a passing note, which creates a harmony incidentally. But I'm gonna label it. So that's chord 3, 7. A passing note. Does it pass? Is it a passing note? Well, that's the 7th. The 7th. Behaving like a 7th, resolving half a step down. And by doing so, it gives me that. Because, I mean, it would be... That's what you're expecting to hear. You see? You're expecting to hear that. The C becomes B, and the whole chord becomes G. That's what you're expecting to hear. But the whole chord is delayed. It's delayed. It's in the next beat. Right? But as the chord happens, now the B in the bass is no more. And now it becomes this appoggiatura. Or, this appoggiatura. Accented passing note, if you want, because it comes from a harmony note, just earlier. And then the appoggiatura resolves. Right, so yeah, I'm going to label that 3, 7, and I'm going to label that just chord 1 with a 2, 1 appoggiatura or accented passing note, yeah, in the bass. 2, 1. Then, what have we got? That's chord 5 with a suspension, with a 4-3 suspension, resolving on the second beat, and then passing 7 in the second quiver of that beat, and then the inactive leading note in the alto dropping to the 5th of the chord, which happens a hell of a lot of times. Okay, so this is 5 with a 4-3 suspension, because it is held, it is tied from the previous chord, suspension. This is the 7th. This is the 7th. Let me make it a little bit clearer. So 4-3. I'll go right here. That's the 7th, and this is 1. Yeah, 5, 4, chord 5 with a 4-3 suspension in the alto. That's now the leading note. The bass, boom, drops an octave, as it often does. And the second quaver of that beat, the tenor drops to the 7th of the chord, taking the attention away from the sneaky, inactive leading note, not resolving, and actually dropping to the 5th of the chord, so that we can have a nice full chord 1 with the root, close position, root at the bottom, root in the top, and the 5th in the middle. We can have a nice chord, including the 5th. And the 7th drops to the 3rd. Textbook cadence to be copied, sung in all the registers, if you can, in all the voices, transposed, and included in your vocabulary. Okay. Phrase. What's the next phrase? Okay, I'm gonna have to scroll a little bit. Maybe. Okay, maybe I'll make this a little bit smaller so I can see the whole lot. Okay. Yeah, this just on its own says A minor. So we're going towards the subdominant region, A minor being the relative minor of C, which is the subdominant, and this region we just went back to the tonic there. Okay, so and I do have an F sharp. Yeah. Let me read that again, just in case I missed something. What's tickling my ear that moment? That's just a full diminished chord. It's a 3 chromatic diminished 7, 5 diminished 7 of 6, and it goes to 6. Okay, but anyway, let's do the whole lot. Now, make that bigger. And bigger. Analysis. Kowalski analysis. Now that's 5. Okay. Now those two notes, alto and tenor, do they form some kind of harmony? Those those two notes in the second quaver give me some kind of A seventh, no third, with a pedal of D in the bass, and it does a chord 2, some kind of chord 2. And then does go to 5, but I would have, yeah, I have no third. No, I'm not gonna label that 5. Hang on a minute though, I then have 5 again. I then have 5 again here, so 5. You know, there has to be a chord in between, I think, anyway. There has to be a chord in between. How am I going to label this? See, now in the second quiver of that, I do have a full A minor chord. I can label this as 2B. So that's similar. I can't label it 2 though. I have no third, and it's like I have the 4th in the bass. Oh, this is frying my brain now. Does it feel like a harmony? I'm gonna leave it alone. I can't justify a label, a chord there. I mean, I have an A. Okay, I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call this damn thing 2 without third over a pedal of D. Am I? No, I'm not. The hell. Okay, I'm gonna call it nothing. Feels like a chord, I don't know how to label it. Double passing note. Gonna go ahead, leave that alone. Maybe it'll come to me in my sleep. Anyway, then I have that we say is 2B. Okay, so that gives me chord 7 of 2, functioning as 6 chromatic 5 7 of 2. Now, and I have this suspension. Now, what suspension is that? That's chord 7. I have that 2-1 suspension. That's right. This is a G sharp diminished triad, G sharp, B, D, with that. Which works as a 4-3 suspension considering the function. Okay, well, I'll label it 7 of just the function. Just the function. This is, put it, have I got room here? Yeah, that is 7 of 2 with a 2-1 suspension, which functions as, I'm going to put it up here, functions as 6 chromatic with a 4-3 suspension. Let me clean that up. I cleaned up too much. 6 chromatic, 4-3 suspension, considering the function. Now, let's see. Does it go to 2? Yes, because this is 2. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Whoops, that was G sharp. Lower auxiliary. Okay. This is the D sharp is the leading note. This is 3. This is functioning as a B7 flat 9. That's the function. That's the function. So I'm gonna label this as 3 chromatic diminished 7, functioning as 5 diminished 7 of 6. That's what I have. And the dog is snoring. There you go. Now that's A is prepared appoggiatura. It's not a suspension because it's not tied or held. I have the lower auxiliary in the soprano, and that's, by the way, that's 6. 6 with a 4-3. Sorry. Appoggiatura in D alto. That's a passing 7, which I'm gonna label here 7, 6, 7, the 7 here, 4-3, and that's the chromatic, because that's the function. So did something like that happen earlier? Hang on a second. Should I have put it, now that I remember, there was a chromatic chord which was suspended, but I think I didn't label as chromatic on the suspend. That's it. Here. Yeah, I'll put a chromatic there too. There. Yeah. It's only right, because it's that suspension is just waiting to become a C sharp, so it's going to be a chromatic. So if I analyze the whole 2 beats, it's 2 chromatic with a 4-3 appoggiatura, prepared appoggiatura. 5 of 2. Of 2. The dog is snoring very loud. Bear. Dude. Dude. Man. You snore. And 2. 2. Okay, then. Oh, wait. We got there. Now, phrase. Okay. Harmonization. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Cool. Whoa. Well. Minor. Okay, just a second now. We went to the subdominant wrong tip. Subdominant region here, because that's the relative minor of C, which is the subdominant. And now we're going into, well, back into the tonic region, because E is the relative minor of G, the key. So we'll go back into the tonic region here. And a couple of nice chromatic things are happening. So let me play that again. Let's see, nice and slow. Remember the F sharp. No. And once again. Nice alto there. There was that one. Okay. I have 6 right there. Now, that's second quaver. Do we have a harmony? Absolutely. Let's see. We have, that's 3 chromatic, 7 in second inversion passing, 5 of 6. Three chromatic, 7 second inversion, 5 7 second, yeah, for just 5 or 6. Man, the details are already there. Just 5 or 6. 6. Does it behave at 5 or 6? Yes, because we have 6. Okay, oh, and again, this C note gives me a chord 4. Incidentally, 4 with a 7. I have the C, the E, the B, the G at the bottom. G stays at the bottom. So that's okay. I will label it as 4, 7, that quaver. Then just look what happens there with the da-di-da. It's the same thing that happened here. There, without the tie, but it's the 7th climbing up to the root of the chord before dropping to the third of the next chord. I think that's what happens. That's what happens right there. The seventh of the chord, climbing up to the root of the chord before dropping to the third of the next chord. Okay. Now that's an E, seventh, first inversion, so 6 chromatic. 6, that's 6 chromatic, first inversion. Oh, that's, by the way, this is also 6 in first inversion. 6 chromatic in first inversion, 6, 7, by the way, chromatic in first inversion, 5 of 2. 6 chromatic, 6 chromatic, 7, 6, 7 chromatic, first inversion, 5 of 2. As it behave, yeah, and that's 2, followed by 2. All our expectations are fulfilled. Now, does anything happen in the second quaver of that? Yeah, I mean, this is chord 5. This is chord 5 in second inversion. 5, 7. 5, 7 in second inversion. So I'm gonna put it here. 5, 7 in second inversion. The bass note stays what it is. Becomes that 2 becomes a second inversion chord. Now this 5, where does it go? Whoa! There's that climbing in the bass. You see, the bass is gathering the energy. The bass is gathering the energy. And this is the function of the chord. It's an F sharp 7. So it's 7 chromatic, 7 chromatic, 5 of 3, 5, 7 of 3. First I have the diminished 7. First I have 7 chromatic diminished 7, because this is, that's what I have. And then I have just the 7. So let's label them both. This is 7, yeah, that's the function which happens in the second quaver. 7 chromatic diminished 7, and this is just on the second quaver, which I'm gonna put here as just 7 chromatic 7. Both of them functioning as well. That's 5 diminished 7 of 3, and that's just 5, 7 of 3. That's the function as a secondary dominant, because we're going to E. So this is okay of 3, which is 2 chromatic of 3. Yeah, because we're going to 3, but 3 is really that's it. So that's 3 chromatic 7 going to 6. Okay, I'll have to reorganize that in a second. So let's work backwards, which is a great idea. 6, going to 6. So this is 3 chromatic, 7 with no fifth. I have 2 roots, the 7th and the 3rd. Okay, 3 chromatic, which works as 5. Let me clean that up. Ah. Yeah. 5 of 6. So that's 5. Well, 5, 7 or 6. So that's still 3 chromatic. That's still 3 chromatic. That's a passing note, but that's a 4-3 appoggiatura. So three. Okay, the 7 should be. That's fine. 4-3 appoggiatura. That's a 4-3 appoggiatura. Now the chord B4. It is 7 of 3. The function is 2 chromatic of 6. Yeah. Yeah. It's a secondary dominant. It's a chain of dominants. It's a secondary dominance. 2 of 3. 5 of 3. And then 3. 7 chromatic is 5 of 3. 3 chromatic is 5 of 6. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. That's actually fine. That's actually fine. Yeah. Five, 7 or 3. Well, 5, 7. What would be the... Yeah. Would that make sense? You... Yeah. This is me thinking. Secondary dominant. How do I label a secondary dominant? Yeah, I would label it. Yeah. 7, 5 or 3. Yeah, that's fine. 2 secondary dominant. 2. Yeah. 2 chromatic. Of 6. Yeah. Would that work? Would that work? Would that make sense? 2 chromatic of 6. Yeah. If I was to analyze the whole 2-5-1, it would be 2 chromatic, 5 of 6. Okay, so let me clean that up a little bit. Now, 2 chromatic, diminished 7, followed by just let's have it 5 of 6. That's the big functions. That's the big function. This is 7 the second note. That is 7. This is 7 chromatic, dominant 7, 5 of 3. This is 7 chromatic, diminished 7, 5, diminished 7 of 3. Yeah. Yeah. And then the function of the whole progression underneath. 2 chromatic, diminished 7, and then 2 chromatic, just dominant 7, 5 of 6. Bingo. Missing anything? That's a passing note. Yeah. Okay. Phrase. Okay. So we're coming from. Now I'm gonna go in the. Where am I gonna go here? Ooh, what's happening? Nice diversion towards the dominant. Let me just read bass and tenor. Alto and soprano. Cool. Let me do that again. Let's see. And then. Six, 5, 5, 7, 1B, typical, 5, 5, 7, D, 5, 7, third inversion, 1B, typical. Take that, sing it, transpose it, play it, get it into your head. Okay. Now there's this. I have those two A's passing to the give me a harmony. This time I don't think so. Let's see. It's like an A7 with a fourth, but no, it's just two passing notes, in contrary motion. So 1B, and then it's just 1 G major in root position. I have that soprano alto, then the tenor, that's a passing 7. I'm gonna leave it alone, just a passing note. This is chord 4. First inversion, 4, 7. That's the major 7 there. So yeah, C major. Now that 7th behaves like a 7. drops. See? The 7 drops. Prepared suspension, and then it resolves down half a step here in the alto. Okay, what do we have here? Now we have fa, la, do. This is just chord 7, F sharp, A, twice, C. That's just chord 7. Following the circle of fifths, 1, digging into 4, boom, back to the top of the circle of fifth with chord 7. What happens afterwards? I have that. That's chord 1 again with a 9/8 suspension. That's chord 1. So this chord 7 function as 5. This is 1 with a 9/8 suspension. But the moment that 9/8 suspension resolves, we're also onto a different chord. What do we have? We have, yeah, what do I have? That's an E, that's another E, G. I've got 3. You sound that again. Hey, listen to my dog snoring. Hey, bear, you're being loud, man. I'm gonna do that whole bar, the whole bar. I sounded the B again. Yeah, that's chord 3. Do the bar again. Yeah. So I have a 9/8 suspension, and that suspension resolves on a chord tone, just on a different chord. So by the time that suspension resolves, the chord has changed. Now, what do I have here? This is a true chromatic, it would appear. True chromatic 7 in first inversion. True chromatic 7 in first inversion. Now, do those notes give me a harmony? Let's see. That's a G major with a 9th on top. So yeah, that second quiver gives me a chord. It's rather nice. It's just 2 lower auxiliaries. So it gives me chord 1B with a 9th. Chord 1 in first inversion with a 9th. But I don't think I'm gonna label it. That whole half a bar is true chromatic 7. It just goes in root position here. And these are just 2 lower auxiliaries, which incidentally give me a harmony sound, but I'm not going to label that one. Okay, so almost at the end. Almost at the end. Sorry. So I'm coming from. There's gravity. Sorry. So, secondary dominant, secondary cadence onto the dominant. Gathering the energy, gathering the gravity. Let's see what happens now. Melody. harmonization. Let's see what happens. Whoa. And hang on. Let me read that again. Okay, that's what's happening. That bar. Okay. B, so that's, oh, that's 5, of course. So we go to dominant region. We went back to the tonic region. Oh, I put that on. That's there. Tonic region there. One. First inversion. That's chord 4 with a 9/8 suspension. With a 9. Let me clean that up. Chord 4 with a 9. Ah! Come on. There. Buongiorno. Chord 4 with a 9. I'm not gonna edit this out. It takes me way too much time. 9, damn it. 8 suspension. And harmony police, I have 2/3. Which is okay. It's okay. You can't have 2/3. Ah! You can, apparently. You see? And they are quit by contrary motion there. No panic. No panic. Chord 4, 9, 8. Then this is chord 5. See? 7. 7. Now, does this note give me a chord? Let me see. Yeah, it gives me chord 3. See this passing note. Passing. Is it passing note? It goes from. I'll call it a passing note. I don't care. That note, it gives me a chord 3. Gives me a chord 3 on that quiver. Okay, then again I have chord 4. Is it a passing note? Can I call it a passing note? Is in between a chord tone and a chord tone, and it's not a passing note. No, I can't call it a passing note because it's not. It doesn't proceed by step, so it doesn't pass. You see, I'm not gonna edit that out. Fuck this. Takes me too much time. So it's not a passing note. That is the 7th. That is the 7th. Being quit goes down by step, as you'd expect, but the chord doesn't change dramatically. It goes to chord 3. It gives me a chord 3. Okay, so this is chord 4 in first inversion. 4, 7, by the way, there is a 7th as well. Do, mi, sol, si, there's a 7th as well, behaving like a 7th, you would expect. Now that's chord, then fa, la, do, that's chord 7. In this quiver I have chord 7, functioning as 5. I wonder if I can put everything down there. Chord here. 7. Fa, la, do. So this major 7 of C major, behaves as you expect a 7 to do. Drops by step. So in the second quiver I have chord 7 functioning as 5. Goes to 1. Oh, look what I have there. Goes to 1, and that is an escape note. That's an escape note. It escapes by step in one direction from a harmony note, and it goes back to a harmony note. It goes back to being a harmony note by skip in the opposite direction. That's an escape note. An escape note, échappé, is a particular kind of cambiata, of changing note. That's an escape note. That ticks all the boxes. Now, what do I have here? I have chord 2, B, 7, B, I have an A minor 7, A, La, Do, Mi, Sol. Yes, that's an A minor 7. Da do da, ti da do da. Nice typical decoration. Do 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 do. The 7th drops to the 3rd of D of chord 5, as you expected. Da 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 da, with a decoration. That resolution is decorated. Ti da do da. And the leading note right there does not resolve half a step up, but it just jumps up to the 3rd of chord 1, because otherwise we would have an empty chord. What's the alternative? Let's see. I was just thinking of something that happened earlier on. I'll have to have a look. What would happen if I get the leading note resolving up a step and this note actually going down to B? Would anything strange happen? Well, it would happen that now I have no 5th. Yeah? Now I have no 5th. Because that took the 3rd. That took another root. So I have root, 3rd, no 5th. Yeah. And if I do, yeah, because if that resolves up, I just have another root. And I'm missing one chord tone. I'm missing, yeah, in this case, yeah. So, again, you see, by doing that, he has a full chord, bam, at the end. That's it. Back to the tonic. Back to the tonic region, and that's that. Oh, okay.